Hi, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. Today's lesson is going to be about making and answering phone calls. We're going to talk about making a call on a cell phone. So I have mine here, and I'll show you as an example. But everyone's phone looks a little bit different, so you might have to practice on your phone or your parents' phone or home phone a few times before you get the hang of it. I also wanted to let you know before we start that I sent out a new packet on Friday, so you should get it probably Tuesday or Wednesday this week. In your packet, you'll have some activities that go with lessons for the month of April, but you also have some activities that go with this week's lesson. So the activity that goes with this week's lesson looks like this. It is scenarios on the phone call. I put a note in there explaining what we would do with this, but I'll let you know right now that I will be calling some of you either on my phone or on the iPad using FaceTime, and we'll practice going through the steps of ordering a pizza, contacting a job coach or supervisor at work, and scheduling a ride. So I'll be calling you, or we'll ask you to call me to practice making a call following these steps, but we'll also practice just making and answering a call with each other so we can catch up and see what we're all up to. All right, I am going to show you my screen here, and we'll get started with today's story. Today's story is making and answering calls. Excuse me here. You can see the picture here is a picture of a cell phone. They don't all look the same. I showed you my phone. Your phone might look a little bit different. You also might have some options on your phone that are different, so you don't have to dial a phone number. But we'll talk about that when we visit this week. Okay, making and answering calls. Phones help us communicate. It is important to know how to make phone calls. It is important to know how to answer phone calls. Let's see here. All right. Can you make a phone call? Find the phone number. You can find the phone number in your phone contacts. To find my phone contacts, I have to touch this little picture of a phone, and it pulls up my phone book. You can also find the phone number online by typing in the name of the place or person you want to call, or you can use a phone book if you have a phone book. After you find the number, dial the number. When someone answers the phone, you say,
hello.
"Hello, this is Katie. I'm calling for my sister, Rebecca. I wanted to see if she's available to have lunch later this week." I said hello. I told the person my name, Katie. I told the person why I called. I was calling for my sister to see if she wanted to eat lunch with me. What should you do if no one answers? If nobody answers, leave a voicemail message. Now, we talked about voicemails in class a few weeks ago and talked about the symbol, where the symbol for voicemail came from. I'll give you extra credit if I call you and you can tell me the answer to that question. All right, can you answer a phone call? When you answer, you can say, "Hello." You can also say, "How are you? What's up?" Ring, 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 ring. Oh, hey, my phone's ringing. Hello. Oh, hey, how are you? What's going on? Yeah, I called and left a message for you. I thought maybe we could have lunch on Tuesday or Wednesday. That sounds great. All right, I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye. Wait, that was my sister calling back. She said, "Hi, this is Becca. I got your message. We have plans for lunch Wednesday." All right. Make sure to have good manners when using the phone. Always speak clearly. You might need to slow down and make sure you enunciate every word so the person you're talking to can understand. Be polite. Use a pleasant tone and a pleasant voice. Don't sound grumpy or crabby like this, where people might not want to talk to you. Don't make phone calls too early or too late. I tried to follow the rule of thumb that I make calls during the workday if I can, between 8 and 5. But if I'm calling a friend or my mom or dad or someone I know, I try not to call after 9 p.m. I try not to call before 9 a.m. So I stick to the nines. Don't make any calls too early or late. We don't want to wake anybody up. All right. I'm going to skip ahead here and show you making the call poster. We're going to talk through the steps quick, and then I'll show you the role plays that we'll be practicing later this week. All right, making the call. Before you make a phone call, you have to find the number and dial the number. Now remember, every phone is different, but if I'm using my phone, I open my phone and I push my phone picture to find the contacts on my phone. Then I find the number, I pull it up. Some phones you might have to push send or call to dial. Some phones you can just tap the number and it'll dial. So you have to practice on your own phone. But the first thing you need is the number. You need to dial the number and maybe hit send. When someone answers or the voicemail picks up, make sure you say, "Hello." Tell them your name. Tell them why you called. Say, I'm calling because I want to talk or ask questions if somebody answers. And when you're done talking, make sure you say goodbye or I'll talk to you later. So this week, I'd like you to practice making a call. I'd like you to call me at 444-9895 or Pathways at 444-9886, or you can call a friend. If you need help getting a friend's phone number, send me an email or a message on Facebook and I'll touch base with their family and them and see if I can help you get connected. So that's making a call. Now you should all be practicing receiving calls as well. This poster explains the steps to answering a call. First, you say hello. Then you tell your name and the name of the business if you're at work or school. So I'm going to practice that and I'll show you. If I was at work, I'm going to use my hand phone here. We'll pretend this is my desk phone. Click. And the phone is ringing. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, Pathways. This is Katie. How can I help you? So I said hello. I told them my name. I told them that I worked at Pathways and I asked how I could help. The next thing we might do is help the caller. So if they're calling you at home, you might say, "Hey, what's up?" They're calling you at school, you might need to take a message for me or Janae. You might have to take an order if you're at work. What kind of pizza would you like? What are your specials today? You might have to answer questions like, what are your specials today? If someone calls to order a pizza. And then when you're done with the call, again, say thank you and say goodbye. Make sure no matter what you do that you're using those good manners. All right, the last thing I'm going to show on here are those role play scenario cards. This is what I held up, and this is what we'll be practicing when I call you. There are a couple different scenarios, and I want you to practice each of them or think about each of them. What would you do if? How would you make a phone call to order pizza? This might be a good excuse for you to order pizza for supper if you have some money to spend, or if mom or dad are okay with it. You could also practice ordering another kind of food for supper or placing an order online, either for food or groceries. The next scenario is related to what you would do if your job coach is not available and you need help at work. The last scenario we're going to look at is what to do if you need a ride. Say you have basketball practice, you want to go to the library, you want to go out to eat, whatever the problem is, you need a ride, your friend needs a ride. What are you going to do? So I want you to read through those scenarios and practice answering them. And then when we talk, we will practice as well, and I'll see how you did. You should get your packet in the next day or two. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a call. If you need any help or just want to touch base, call, email, or message me on Facebook, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.